I'm Robin Yaley, member of the Jazz Jumpstart team. In this video, I'm going to show you an enterprise build, promote, and deploy scenario using Rational Team Concert version 4.0 and the mortgage application included in the Money That Matters sample. Here we will see 4 members of the Business Recovery Matters team perform tasks in support of a new requirement: validate loan term and amount. Our mainframe developer, Dave, working in the Eclipse client, will implement his changes, confirm the implementation with a personal build, and deliver his changes to the team stream where they will be detected and built by a scheduled dependency build. A second mainframe developer, Deb, working in the ISPF client, will encounter a conflict when attempting to deliver changes to the same file that was modified by Dave. Marco, the development lead, will promote Dave and Deb's changes from development to test. The release engineer, Rebecca, will package and deploy the changes to a test environment. As we join the scenario, Dave has reviewed the new requirement and is ready to begin his work. He indicates that his work is in progress by selecting Start Working and Save. Next, he needs to locate the file he is working on and then load the code from the Jazz repository to his local Eclipse workspace. He queries the source code data that has been gathered by an automated scanner to find a program named JKE-MPMT. He right-clicks the file and chooses Load. His repository workspace flowing to the development stream has been pre-selected, as has the file he selected from the source code data query results. If he had chosen Load with Dependencies, the copybooks his program depends on would also be pre-selected here. Next, Dave makes the necessary edits to his COBOL program. Satisfied with his changes, Dave checks them into his repository workspace. He associates his new change set with his current task by dragging and dropping the task on the change set. Before Dave can share his changes with his team by delivering to the development stream, he needs to run a personal build to ensure his changes will compile cleanly. Dave requests a personal build and specifies a new high-level qualifier and load directory to build his changes in his sandbox. When the build completes, Dave verifies that there were no compilation errors and his changes have been built. At this point, Dave may also choose to deploy his built modules to a test environment to ensure his changes are good before delivering to the development stream. Satisfied with his changes, Dave delivers to the development stream. Next, Deb needs to make some related changes to the same file in support of validating the loan term and amount. A longtime mainframe developer, she is more comfortable working in the ISPF client. Like Dave, Deb needs to locate the file she is working on and then load the source code from the Jazz repository to her sandbox on the host. She selects her workspace that flows to the development stream and specifies the L shortcut for load. She enters the high-level qualifier for her sandbox and uses the SF shortcut to search for her file in the mortgage component. She indicates that she's looking for a COBOL program that starts with JKE. She selects JKE-MPMT from the results and confirms the load. She can now use the JD shortcut to jump to her loaded dataset and E for edit. Next, she makes her changes to the source. The asterisk indicates that she has an unresolved change available to check into her repository workspace. She specifies a C to check in her change. She has the option to select an existing work item or to create a new work item to associate with her change. Deb selects Create Work Item. She provides a summary, files the work item against BRM, changes the type to task, and plans the task for the current sprint 2. A confirmation message indicates that the work item was created successfully, and it is specified to be associated with the change set. Deb completes her check-in. We can now see that Deb has an outgoing change on her repository workspace. We can also see that there is an incoming change. Deb chooses to ignore the incoming change and deliver her fix. She uses the O shortcut to view her outgoing change sets and D for deliver. The deliver fails due to incoming changes on the same file that Deb has modified. She chooses to view the incoming change sets on her workspace and view the files included in Dave's change set. She uses the C shortcut to compare her changes with Dave's and sees that Dave has added 2 new validation messages to the program. She accepts his changes into her repository workspace. Now we can see that Deb has an unresolved conflict. She has the option to resolve with her version, resolve with Dave's, or to compare and merge the changes between the 2 files. Deb chooses to merge the files. She accepts Dave's edits and deletes her versions of the lines he modified. Deb confirms the merge, and no unresolved conflicts remain. We can see now that the conflict indicator has been cleared. In a real-world scenario, Deb would now test her changes by requesting a personal build through the ISPF client. For this demonstration, we will omit that step, and Deb will quickly review her outgoing changes and deliver to the development stream. She uses the web client to link her work item with the parent story, validate loan term and amount, and marks her work item complete. The team has a dependency build configured to run on a schedule against the development stream. The next time this build runs, Dave and Deb's changes are processed. The build report shows that their changes have successfully built. At this point, Dave and Deb's changes are ready to be promoted up for formal testing. Marco, our development lead, performs a work item promotion from development to test. He takes the default option, Promote Source and Outputs. This means that when the promotion occurs, Dave's change sets will be delivered to the test stream, and the output that was built from his change will be copied from the development level datasets to the test level datasets. Marco runs a preview of the promotion. A build map validation message indicates that there is an issue with the level of the JKEP data copybook that was used to build the program that Dave and Deb changed. A quick check on this file would indicate to Marco that some non-impacting changes have been made to the copybook. By choosing to consider ignored changes, Marco is able to promote Dave and Deb's changes even though the version of JKEP data in the test stream is back level from what was used to build their modified program. A summary dialog indicates that the source has been delivered and a promotion build has been requested to copy the outputs on the build machine. A summary work item is generated as a record of the promotion, with links to the work items that were promoted, the promotion build results, and the build maps that have been created at the test level. Now that we have reflected in the SCM that Dave and Deb's changes are ready for formal test, our release engineer, Rebecca, will package the promoted outputs and deploy them to a formal test environment. From the parent story, Rebecca performs a work item packaging and chooses to include the children of the selected work item. She confirms the output resulting from Dave and Deb's change is included in the package. She has the option to override the mappings that were specified in the package definition. These mappings indicate where the packaged outputs should be deployed when they are loaded to the test environment. The package completes successfully, and the package listing can be viewed in the package result. A summary work item similar to the promotion summary work item is generated. The final step in this demonstration is for Rebecca to deploy the package to a test environment for formal testing. Rebecca takes the default of load and deploy, which will copy the package to her test machine and then deploy the outputs to the dataset specified in her package mapping. She verifies that the package she just created is selected. The deployment completes successfully, and the deployed outputs can be viewed in the deployment result. A summary work item similar to the promotion and packaging summary work items is generated. A quick sanity check confirms the output is deployed. At this point, a tester would execute the test case associated with the story. When he is satisfied and marks the execution a success, Rebecca would then promote the change from test to QA. The package would be deployed to QA, where it would again be verified. The final steps in the life cycle of this change would be promotion from QA to production and deployment into the production environment. Thank you for your time and attention today. We invite you to join our collaborative community and try the enterprise build, promote, and deploy scenario yourself at jazz.net.